like we did last time, just to practice like we did last time. So, but you can do this on any of these if you need to. Again, I would hope that you would learn what's going on by just looking at the equation because it saves you a lot of time. But if not, you can always do it like this. Put the original one in y1, okay, x to the third power. That's f of x. And then the new equation in y2, so you can see the difference, okay? You can see what it changed to. Okay, so I put the first one in y1, f of x, and then g of x in y2. So I want y'all to do this, okay? When I do it in the calculator, it's not for fun. I already know the answer. I'm doing it to demonstrate what you should be doing. And like I told you before, last time, when we want to be precise, I can click graph and see there's a cubic function. There's the second one, right? But I want to get the exact points on this graph, okay? On the rest of these, I'm going to tell you sketches, okay? Okay, but this one, if I want to get the exact points, remember we did second graph and got the points from the table. Okay, so I'm going to draw my graph right here. I'm going to go to 6 on both sides. And since I only went to 6, then I'm just going to take the points that are within 6. Okay, so -1, -1, that would be here. 0, 0, and 1, 1. And if I just take those 3, it looks like it's a straight line, a positive straight line. But I really know what the graph is supposed to look like. It's a cubic function, so it'll look kind of like this. Oops. Then to draw my second graph, that was a Donald Duck noise. On y2, if I look over here, like these numbers are way too big, but I can see if I go up, they're going to get smaller. And here's the small numbers. Okay, and I can do -6, 1. -5, 2. And -4, 3. Okay, and kind of do the same thing. All right, it doesn't have to look perfect. We've talked about that before, because you can still see that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. I wish it looked better. I wish mine looked better, but whatever. This one looks really good, but this one's not so great. But you can see what you need to see is that that middle point moved left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 2, like we said. Right? It was in the exact right place. Okay, I'm going to label that this one's g of x, and this is f of x. Anybody have any questions on that one? Okay, we're going to do 2 more with graphs, and the rest will just describe the transformations, okay? I just want to put 3 different types of graphs in here. Okay, so number 6, our original graph of f of x is f of x equals x to the 4th power, so quartic. And our g of x equals -1/4 x to the 4th power. And one thing that we need to be sure of, which I've seen a lot of people kind of having problems with, is we think of -1/4 as all one number. Okay, but with transformations, the negative does one thing and the number itself does another thing. Okay, so this will count as two separate transformations. Okay.
Let's see.
Even though negative 1/4 is one number, with transformations wise, this one does one thing, this does another. Okay, so what's a negative? There's no parentheses. Okay, so that's important. That's the thing that we need to look for. And it's a negative out front with no parentheses. Okay, flips over the x-axis. Exactly, it'll be like this one. Okay, even though there's not a number here, there's a negative out front with no parentheses. It's a reflection over the x-axis. Okay, and I'm going to point to this. Reflect and x-axis. You all get it together, please. Okay, now the number does something different. Again, still no parentheses. A number in front of the x, it's a fraction. Okay, so you all look on your sheet and tell me what's a fraction in front of the x going to do? I'm just trying to give everybody a chance to look for it. All right, not just one person. All right, shrinks. What kind of shrink?
Vertical.
Vertical shrink, right? You got to say, yes. And the one in the notes is exactly the same. It happens to also be 1/4, okay? It doesn't matter what the exponent is, okay? It just happens to both be 1/4. So 1/4, a vertical shrink by a factor of 1/4. Okay, the 1/4 does something, the negative makes it reflect. Okay, also one thing I meant to say is with these